The Tin Kitchen is the top barbecue destination in the West Platte area and has also established itself to be in the top 20 barbecue restaurants in Kansas City. Tin Kitchen's menu features pecan wood smoked meats straight from the pit, slow smoked for up to 16 hours. It features pulled pork, brisket, chicken, and award-winning barbecue ribs. Stop by the Tin Kitchen at 509 Main Street in Weston, Missouri for a fantastic barbecue dining experience, or check out their catering menu at www.tin-kitchen.com or call them at 816-640-0100.
Norman Landcraft plans landscapes that are beautiful and functional. If you're renovating or starting new, Norman Landcraft will form your property with professional skill. Call Paul Norman at 816-858-2939 to discuss your project for an investment that grows.
Stone Canyon Pizza has been serving the Northland, Kansas City's best pizza for more than 25 years. With their original location at 15 Main Street in historic downtown Parkville, or their newest location at 504 Northeast 70th Street in Gladstone, there is sure to be a location nearby. Visit their website at stonecanyonpizza.com to view the menu, specials, or to place an order online. Follow them on Facebook for the latest and greatest that is Stone Canyon. Experience more than just great pizza at the Stone Canyon Pizza Company.
Hello, this is Jay Nauer with WestPlatteSports.com. We have us the head coach. We have with us the head football coach of the West Platte Bluejays, Coach Taylor Gallagher. We'll talk to him in just a moment. We'll talk about the last game the Bluejays played. That was October 24th, as the Bluejays and the Panthers of North Platte battled for the Tobacco Stick Trophy. I tell you what, it was a wonderful game. It was just a rivalry battle that took place once again at North Platte High School this time. This game was played once again at October 24th, and indeed was a battle many will remember for many years to come. I know I will. Besides the Tobacco Stick Trophy, there was more at stake here. It was a battle of the upper third in the KCI Conference, the winner to be at the third place mark, and even more importantly, now a battle for a Class 1 District 6 top seed, as the winner will have home field advantage through the playoffs. Well, the game started off, this classic battle started with the North Platte Panthers taking advantage of an interception to get them on the West Platte 41 as a starting point. And as many good teams do, they took advantage and drove 41 yards for the first TD of the game with a 1-yard quarterback keeper by Dylan Armstrong. Remember that name because I'll say it a little bit here in this segment. Followed by a 2-point conversion rushing play by McCracken to make it 8-0 North Platte in early going. The Blue Jays responded with an impressive drive that ended with a 40-yard touchdown run by Brady McMillan on the option pitch. The extra point was no good. It made it 8-6. North Platte led midway through the first quarter. Later in the first quarter, the Blue Jays responded with a 60-yard touchdown run by quarterback Dylan Armstrong, and with the extra point for 2 no good, the Panthers established a 14-6 lead going into the second quarter. The Panthers added to their score with just over 2 minutes left to go in the half, with a 27-yard option keeper by North Platte quarterback Dylan Armstrong with his third touchdown of the game to make it a 20-6 lead. This is a key part of this game, in my humble opinion. The 2-possession difference would only last a short while for the Panthers, as a determined effort by this gritty Blue Jay team started their next drive from their 35-yard line and finished with a balanced drive with a 17-yard touchdown pass from Jet Chandler to Joe Blake to make it a 1-possession game, and with a 2-point conversion good, a 3-yard keeper by Chandler, making it 20-14 game. Still advantage North Platte. A lot of people would have been happy just to, hey, we're within 1 possession, but an amazing situation happened. Then on the next snap for the Panthers after the kickoff, as a fumble occurred on the snap, and the Blue Jays recovered on the North Platte 15-yard line with 10 seconds left to go in the half. And the Blue Jays absolutely took full advantage as Jet Chandler connected on the next play to Blaze Masoner, who made a great catch, and then he dove into the end zone after the catch to tie the score, and with the extra point attempt no good, made it a 20-20 tie going into the half. It surprised a few, but Coach, I gotta I got to talk to you here a little bit. I mean, just a little over 2 minutes, you had the North Platte had a 2-possession lead. What was your thoughts with all that going on, and then what were the thoughts going on around the locker room there during halftime after that?
Yeah, it was, kind of at that moment, we're down, but we were trying to fix a few things defensively because I think they were scoring a little bit easier than, we knew they were going to score. They're a tough football team. They're well coached. But there was just a couple breakdowns that kind of let that happen a little bit too quickly. And then offensively, we really hadn't done all that bad the whole game. The opening drive we drove down and we had the screen pass, and the wet ball kind of slipped out of Jet's hand and ended up getting intercepted. But it really was a nice, pretty well executed play, other than the fact that the ball kind of was a little bit tipped there. And then we scored, and then likewise we're driving down the field again in the second quarter, kind of moving along, and end up with I think a holding call that got us to 3rd and long and gave us a 4th and 4, 4th and 5, which was a little bit too much, and we didn't quite convert. But we were doing a lot of nice things, so there wasn't, I don't think, a lot of panic on offense. So when we got the ball there late in the second half, we run the 2-minute drill every week. We had all 3 timeouts, and so we were pretty confident. We were going to be able to get down the field and at least get 3. And we were able to kind of work all the way down the field there and score with, I think, 21 seconds left. With some running and some throwing there, managed to hold all 3 timeouts, and then used one to get the 2-point conversion. And so that was great. And then obviously with the saved timeouts, when they turned the ball over there at the end of the half, there was 11 seconds left.
Yeah.
Ball in the 15. But we still had 2 timeouts. We had only used one in the 2-minute drive. And so we knew we had at least 2 shots, at least 1 shot at it and a timeout, possibly 2 shots and a timeout, and then we could kick a field goal if we had to. So we were able to throw something kind of across the middle, which isn't necessarily something you always do when there's not a lot of time left. But because the guys executed the 2-minute drill earlier so well, we still had some timeouts in our pocket, and the middle of the field was open, and we were able to score on it. But so that gave us some momentum and some energy going into halftime, and that was kind of the discussion we had there was, we got to get some stops here because we feel like we can move the ball. We feel like there's some matchups that we can try to find here and there, and the talk was really about everybody's got to do their job. We know we can play with them. We got to get some stops. We got to keep scoring. But overall, at halftime, the atmosphere was good. I don't think anybody felt discouraged. Obviously, that little flurry of points at the end helped to bring up our morale a little bit. But even before that, I don't think we had hit the panic button yet. It was still kind of just, stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. We're doing good things. We just had to steady out a little bit.
Well, to your point, the Blue Jays responded. The Blue Jays were able to take the lead about midway through the third quarter, and the option pitch from Jet Chandler to Brady McMillan took it the rest of the way for a 60-yard touchdown. That's how the Blue Jays responded. And with Joe Blake, the extra point good, the Blue Jays took a 27-20 lead with 4:35 left to go in the third quarter. The Panthers then responded on their next drive and finished with a 1-yard keeper by Armstrong once again to score his 4th touchdown of the night with 1 minute left to go in this third. This thing was just a battle that went back and forth. This was followed by a 3-yard run on a 2-point conversion, giving North Platte Panthers a lead 28-27 with less than a minute left in the third quarter. The Blue Jays responded early in the fourth with a drive that featured some highlight catches by Blaze Masner and a pass by Alex Kinslow to Masner to get to the 1-yard line, followed by a 1-yard run by Jet Chandler, and the Blue Jays retook the lead with a 33-28 score. This battle continued to go back and forth as the Panthers took their next drive and scored on a 1-yard keeper, once again by Dylan Armstrong, and scored his 5th touchdown of the evening. with a 2-point conversion, no good. North Platte regained a 1-point lead midway through the fourth quarter with a score 34-33. Advantage North Platte with 5:05 precious minutes. That's 5 minutes and 5 seconds precious minutes left on the clock. The Blue Jays responded once again and finished their last offensive drive with a 48-yard touchdown pass from Jet Chandler to Blaze Masonry to take the Blue Jay lead back for good with a 2-point conversion for good to make it a 41-34 score. On the next possession by North Platte, the Blue Jay defense came up with a big turnover off a Dylan Armstrong pass intercepted by Jet Chandler to wrap up this crazy but special game. And the Blue Jays come up with a big victory with a final score of 41-34. The Tobacco Stick Trophy remains with the Blue Jay home for another year. Coach, this, as a field general, I guess, had to be one of these things you kind of live for. I know when you're in that kind of a thing, it just seems you'll see one team scores, so you respond to the next, and it seemed like just a heavyweight match, and it was a good thing to see the Blue Jays standing at the end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a great game by both teams. Both squads, had some of their key players make big plays. We were coming into that last drive, only being down 1 was big for us because I thought, possibly with 5 minutes left, we could use a lot of this clock and kick a field goal for the win if we had to. We ended up scoring with a long pass. And then, we talked to the guys. We need to slow them down, going into that last drive, no big chunks, nothing huge here. We can't give them 30, 40 yards at pop. Because sooner or later they're going to have to get in a hurry. There was a couple, I think maybe 3 minutes left when they got the ball. So as long as we, even if they get 6, even if they get 7, no 15, 20, 25-yard gains there. And then they're going to have to use timeouts and start getting in a hurry. And we felt like that helped us, put us kind of in an advantage. And so we made a couple of nice defensive plays to get them into 3rd and long with the clock running and hopped into to a passing style defense and we're able to get the interception, but really just happy for the kids to play in a game like that and come out on top, and to kind of feel what it's like to be resilient, because that's what it's going to take really throughout the rest of the season. If we want to keep playing for a few more weeks, it's not going to get any easier. And so, just understanding kind of what it takes and how to kind of roll or rock in the boat with how the games are going to go up and down, and just keep your head down, keep grinding. It was good for us to kind of feel that and then end with the win rather than the other way around.
Certainly one of the better tobacco stick games. They're always good. It seems like they're always good no matter what the record is, but this was 2 evenly matched teams, and like I said, toward the conclusion of the game was this game was such a good game. I almost hate to see one team lose. But anyway, the Blue Jays really did their part and certainly deserved the win, and certainly the Blue Jay Nation certainly happy about it. Well, Coach, as a result of this, it did finalize conference play. Mid Buchanan finishes out on top. Boy, what a team they've got. 7-0 in conference play, 9-0 in the season. Lawson, a good year for them. 6-1 in conference play, 7-2 on the season. West Platte comes in 3rd place, 5-2 in conference play, and 6-3 on the season. North Platte 3-4 in conference play, 5-4 on the season. Then East Buchanan 3-4 in conference play and 4-6 on the season. Penney, the Blue Jays' next opponent, 2-5 in conference play and 4-6 on the season. And Lathrop 2-5 in conference play and 4-6 on the season. And Plattsburgh 0-7 conference play, 0-10 on the season. It's a rebuilding year for them coming back from 8-man, but I'm sure you'll see them back in the thick of things in years to come. Coach, conference play ended close to really a couple of weeks ago. Have to feel good about the Blue Jays coming in 3rd behind 2 quality Class 2 teams. Of course, Mid Buchanan, we'll be interested to see where they go from here on, but you got to feel good. Those 2 teams in front of you, pretty darn good football teams.
Yeah, I think, it was good all year long to kind of hang in there with some of these guys that are, traditionally really good and tough to beat. And so, we knew it was going to be a challenge to flip some of the games that we were on the wrong side of last year, this year. And, with the quality of play that gets played across the conference, you can't you can't hang your head too much about, making your way through 5-2 with a couple of losses to some really good football teams.
Well, I tell you what, that'll wrap up our first section here. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back to talk with Coach Gallagher about district seeding results, all conference selections. Hey, that just came out. And the next opponent, the Penney Hornets. So we'll be right back right after this.
For the best in chiropractic care in the West Platte area, you need to contact Dr. Chris Kinslow. Get rid of that pain in the neck. Check out his location at 2204 Kentucky Street in Platte City, Missouri, or give him a call at 816-812-8262 for the best in chiropractic care in the West Platte area.
At 640 Pizza and Pints, their menu offers signature pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more, and also feature gluten-free, quick bite, and vegetarian options. 640 Pizza and Pints are a staple in the area, located in the heart of West Platte at 710 Thomas Street in beautiful downtown Weston. At 640 Pizza and Pints, they say to be weird, be you. Order online at 640pizza.com or call 816-386-4130 for carryout or delivery.
The Barty Law Office is the place to go for your legal needs, specializing in estate planning, elder care, probate, and real estate attorney needs. For the best representation by attorney, it's your best interest to turn to the Barty Law Office. Give them a call at 816-386-4025 or check out their website at bartylawfirm.com. Reese Nichols Weston Bend provides a remarkable home buying and selling experience. If you're looking for residential, urban, rural properties, or historic homes in the West Platte area, you need to contact the good people at Reese Nichols Weston Bend for the best personal service that you deserve. Do yourself a favor and give them a call at 816-640-2600 or check out their website at reesenichols.com/Weston. Or better yet, stop by their offices at 18272 Missouri State Highway 45 at Weston. Attic Storage of Platte County is your place to go for storage needs that can be climate controlled with large to small sizes. Attic Storage of Platte County has it all for you with tight security. Conveniently located near the Platte County Fairgrounds and just off I-29, stop by and check them out online at attic-storage.com or call 816-858-2511 and ask how you can get free coffee with your storage rental.
Well, welcome back. Tell you what, we got Coach Gallagher here. Let's take a moment to review the sitting results and some game results in district play. Well, we won't go over some game results. It's been a while ago, but we'll go over the seating results. And there has been some district play. West Platte and North Platte with a bye this last week. And we're able to maybe heal some wounds a little bit over that big game. But anyway, just breaking down the points, the last of the district point standings and the seedings. West Platte number one after the victory over North Platte. North Platte came in right behind West Platte, 37.72 points. Gallatin with Tri-County, they're in the third seat. Penney in fourth place. That's who West Platte will be playing here tomorrow night. They have 31.78, but they're in the fourth seed. Maysville with Winston and Plattsburgh both finished their games last week. I'll go over those scores. Let's see, Penney did win over Maysville last week, 42-27, and Gallatin in Tri-County won over Plattsburgh, 54-20. That sets the district semifinal. The number 3 seed Gallatin takes on North Platte, and the number 4 seed Penney will travel to West Platte's Rudolph Eskridge Stadium to take on the Bluejays Friday night. We'll review this game here just a little bit, Coach, before we talk about all conference selections, but these two teams, West Platte and Penney, well, they met almost 2 months ago, just a few days away from, and that game was a close one. And I know both teams have had quite the journey, and that was a 13-7 win. But I anticipate this Penney team to come in here a tough opponent to play for sure. I think tomorrow night, and certainly I think the Blue Jays need to be ready for a team that. May want to come in here with something to prove.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're not taking them lightly by any means. They're a good football team. They had some injuries during the season early on that kind of kept them from getting in their flow a little bit. And, they're playing well. They're playing hard. They're a good group. And, it's not lost on us that we were in a similar situation last year where, we had found a way to beat them. again, they were a good football team again last year. We found a way to beat them in the regular season, and then they were able to eliminate us in the playoffs on their way to the state championship game. And so, that's fresh in our minds. We know what kind of program they have, how hard their kids play. And so, they're going to come in and they're going to give us everything they got. And it's definitely not going to be an easy task for us. There's no taking anybody lightly at this point in the season. So we're doing our best here to get the kids ready for everything, focused and ready to play disciplined football because, this is one that, we got to get back from last year for one, but two, we're going to have to earn. They're not going to just come in and give it to us.
No question about it, and certainly looking forward to bringing that to you. That would be 6:15 as the start time for us. We'll have a post-game or pre-game, as we get ready to start the game. 6:15 start tomorrow night, and that will be on the Misha.tv network. We'll have the link for you. There is a small fee to watch the game, but I just want to let everybody know that is dictated by the Missouri State High School Activities Association. Well, I'll tell you what, got a treat here. Just got all conference selections here, Coach, and please, if I miss somebody, please let me know because I made that mistake a few years ago and I heard about it for a while. As far as the off-conference team, let's look at here. Blaze Mason are here, first team wide receiver and second team cornerback. Also, Alex Kinslow, first team cornerback and second team wide receiver. Let's see. Jet Chandler, second team linebacker and second team quarterback. And Alex Allison, a first team linebacker, honorable mention offensive line at the guard slot. Brady McMillan, honorable mention running back and honorable mention defensive end. And James Schulte, second team offensive line tackle and second team defensive end. Then at Mason McGivern, holding his position there as a second team D-line interior there on the second team on D-line for Mason McGivern. Jackson Davis, honorable mention both ways. Honorable mention as a center and honorable mention as a linebacker. Joe Blake, a second team safety. A selection in the all-conference. Also, Xander Schroyer, honorable mention offensive line at the tackle slot. Cooper Kite playing well this year, honorable mention offensive line at the guard slot. Yeah, my last selection I see is Canton Wilkins, and what a job he's done as second team safety. Coach, unless if I miss somebody, please let me know. But I tell you what, a good bunch of people here. I think the conference has noticed that the Blue Jays as a team certainly have a lot of pieces in it, and when all those pieces work together, you can get some great things done.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the kids. It was nice to see, us get represented and noticed by the other coaches in our league. And that's a credit to kind of the way the kids play on the field and then the way they carry themselves because, coaches have long memories. And so when kids, when you notice kids on film, you remember them when it comes to all conference voting. And that's not always just if you remember them for the good things, you remember them from the bad things too. And so the fact that our kids were able to get recognized by the other coaches, means that they were noticeable as a player, but then also, didn't get noticed for being the wrong type of player either. And so I'm proud of them. We have a great group here across both the offense and defense and then kind of through the classes, senior, junior, sophomore. So, it's nice for them to be represented, and I'm proud of them. They earned it, and it's exciting, I think, just for them and for the program to get noticed.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach. I mean, especially at Class 1 area where you're the smallest class in Missouri, all these players, from what I know, play both ways. And for them to get noticed on one side of the ball is certainly something special as well.
Yeah, for sure. They're all out there a lot, majority of the snaps every game. And so, a lot of times they're playing tired and kind of by the seat of their pants. And so, it's a tough, with the difference in sizes in some of the schools in the conference, it's a tough league to get noticed. And, these boys, did enough to have other coaches recognize them.
You bet, Coach. Well, certainly just one quick note here. We've got some feedback from the podcast that we did a few weeks ago, and a lot of people, 3 weeks ago, I believe it was, a lot of people gave us some great feedback on that. And I got to say, that particular show broke the record as far as the amount of people that have listened to the coach's show. So we had some good results of that, Coach. You did a great job in getting everybody a piece of the microphone then. So I really want to say on our behalf, thank you so much for helping that come together. But I also want to wish you well, Coach, as you get ready for this game. District playoffs coming up, and we will be there Friday night at 6:15 to start, and there's a 7 o'clock start time as well. Coach, best wishes for you against the Penney Hornets.
Yep. Thanks, Jay. Hopefully we'll have a good conversation after the game.
You betcha, Coach. We'll look forward to afterwards. Thanks again.
Stone Canyon Pizza has been serving the Northland, Kansas City's best pizza for more than 25 years. With their original location at 15 Main Street in historic downtown Parkville, or their newest location at 504 Northeast 70th Street in Gladstone, there is sure to be a location nearby. Visit their website at stonecanyonpizza.com to view the menu, specials, or to place an order online. Follow them on Facebook for the latest and greatest that is Stone Canyon. Experience more than just great pizza at the Stone Canyon Pizza Company.
Norman Landcraft plans landscapes that are beautiful and functional. If you're renovating or starting new, Norman Landcraft will form your property with professional skill. Call Paul Norman at 816-858-2939 to discuss your project for an investment that grows. The Tin Kitchen is the top barbecue destination in the West Platte area and has also established itself to be in the top 20 barbecue restaurants in Kansas City. Tin Kitchen's menu features pecan wood smoked meats straight from the pit, slow smoked for up to 16 hours. It features pulled pork, brisket, chicken, and award-winning barbecue ribs. Stop by the Tin Kitchen at 509 Main Street in Weston, Missouri for a fantastic barbecue dining experience, or check out their catering menu at www.tin-kitchen.com or call them at 816-640-0100.